Hey everyone, welcome to today's stream, and we are looking at Alteryx challenge number 216. So, it's always the wrong internet. I should actually close them. There we go. So we're looking at challenge 216, the big five. I already downloaded this because I'm kind of annoyed with downloading it on stream. So I've downloaded it, opened it up, haven't actually looked at it though. Just brought it in. So what have we got? Big five personality traits known as the five-factor model, grouping of personality. Job is to give each user a score for each of the five factors. Thought I muted that. There we go. Each of the five factors, sum of all points per factor. Each user's final score should be adjusted as follows. 20 plus blah blah blah. Okay, let's go hit run. So this is coming from Kaggle. Okay. So we have our user responses. We have a generic set of responses for survey. We haven't got the name of anything. So we haven't got those factors. We've got a lookup table saying what that question is for each one. And the personality factors. Okay. Oh, I think they are associated with each question. So when we look at the result, yeah, we've got a user ID, extroversion, agreeableness, conscientiousness, neuroticism, and openness. So we need to map each of those questions to each of questions themselves, which, to be honest, seems like it's just converting this across. Where's the user? Each user's final score following that. 1 to 5 for 50 questions. I'm looking at 110 fields. Trying to work out here what the point of these second two files are, because I think it's just a case of, let's see, I'm the life of the party, I'm the life of the party. Okay, so this is just trying to map which question is associated with which answer. I'm the life of the party, yeah. So do we need to, if we look at the personality factors, yeah, so I've got the factor, positive or negative. Okay, there, that's what I'm missing. So we need to go to openpsychometrics.org, copy, go over here. That one. And we are looking for okay, so we don't need to know. Yeah, because the positive questions we need to make, don't we? Big five. You take a college course, personality psychology. This will tell you what you learn. Big five come from the statistical study of responses, personality items. Using a technique called factor analysis. Researchers look at the responses of people to hundreds of personality questions and ask them what is the best was. What? Alright, that's great, England. What is the best was to summarize an individual? I'm assuming that's supposed to be way to summarize an individual. This has been done many samples from all over the world. General result is that there seem to be unlimited personality variables. 5 that stand out is those 5. This test uses the Big 5 factor markets from the International Personality Item Pool developed by those guys. 50 items you must rate how true they are on a 5-point scale. Don't know if this has actually told me. Okay, so you're not actually telling me what. Okay, that's the line I'm supposed to read. If we go back here, responses who have rated themselves from 1 to 5, 50 questions and 5 factors. Some questions are weighted positively in the final score, others are weighted negatively. So, in this result, we need to map each of our headers to our lookup table. And for our lookup table, we need to map whether they're positive or not. Okay. So the first thing is we need to work out whether they're an extroversion factor or an agreeableness factor. So if they contain the word factor, it's that title line. So I'm going to bring out a multi-row formula. And we are going to create a new field called factor type. It's going to be a string, and it is going to be, so we're just looking at if the current row is field 1, and that wants to contain, it contains, there we go, and we are looking for the word factor. And we want field 1, else I want to fill down my recently created field called factor type. Alright, so, and I don't want to group it by anything, because it shouldn't matter. There's nothing there to worry about. And I didn't end if. There we go. Last bit is I need to make my string long enough. So let's make that 10 long. I'm just making it an arbitrary string length, which is still not long enough, so I'm going to make it 25. I should actually make it a V string, because I don't know how long it actually is, so that'll take up a little less space. A little less space, there we go. It's close enough, to be honest, so it shouldn't be an issue. Next bit, I want to say if it is positive or negative. So I'm going to go, and again, second multi-row. And I want to be copy, paste. I'm just going to zoom in here because it's going to go in behind my head in a second. There we go. So if I'm going to leave the open bracket there, field 1 equals positive, or I don't think I need the brackets here. Shouldn't need the brackets. There we go. And it is field 1 again equals negative. I need my opening quote. Then I want it to be field 1. Otherwise, it's not going to be factor type. It's going to be the new thing that I'm creating. What am I going to call this? Actually, I'm going to make it positive, with a question mark, and I'm just going to make it a boolean, actually. And what I'm going to do, no, it doesn't want to be a boolean, it wants to be a string, which is again 25 long. All right, so run those two now through. Let's zoom out again and see. Oh, shouldn't be vector type. I'm going down. I want to do positive. Do that again. Okay, there we go. So we are now seeing positive coming through as positive. It's negative coming through as negative, and they're listing them below it. All right. So the next step we want to do is get rid of the extra fields there, or the highlights. This is actually going to be, I'm going to copy you into filter, and I'm going to use a custom filter, which is just what I've got there. And I'm going to add in the last one, which is contains my list. So I've got three options. If it says it's positive, or it says it's negative, or it contains the word factor, then I'm going to filter it out. There we go. It's on the true. There we go. And on the false output, now just because I like keeping the false, I'm going to invert the logic of all of those ones. So if it returns true, invert it. And that's what the, oopsie, zoom in there a little bit. There we go. That's what the exclamation marks get us. Okay. So we now have, what's our not okays? Why is there, okay, it's got trailing spaces. But what I might do is I'm going to, at the beginning, whoops, that's not what I wanted, undo. Cleansing is what I wanted. I don't want to deal with nulls. I just want to remove any leading and trailing white space. There we go. That's better. And now, yeah, now that positive gets removed. Okay. So we have whether our fields are positive or negative. And I'll use that as a factor to decide whether my responses are positive or negative. But what I want to do is I want to join these factors to our lookup table. I'm the life party. Now, do we have the punctuation at the end of the lines? The questions? Yes, we do, it looks like. Yep. Cool. So I'm going to now come through, and we want to join our lookup table and our factors together according to question, to the question, which is field 1. Yep, field 1. And I can get rid of field 1 from that because I don't need it anymore. Hit run. Shouldn't have any on the left. Did any of them join? No. I am always prepared. So we're looking at a different case here at the moment. So I might change my case to a consistent lowercase on both of them, because I don't actually need it in the end. That's fine. So we want to modify the case to lowercase. Do the same thing on my lookup table. Modify case to lowercase. Don't want to deal with nulls. I didn't actually want to do that. Both columns. Let's just check. Right. Why then? Because I am always prepared. Why? Don't understand why these things get changed. Is it just deliberately making it annoying? So it's almost like you've just removed the I from the start of the sentence on all of those questions. Yeah. Let's undo that code. I'm going to bring in good old regex. And I want to replace from the start of the line, the letter capital I. There we go. Thank you. Go away. And I want to replace it with nothing on the question column. Still no. Oh, left the space in there. I don't want to get. What I can do, let's go and cut and connect around. Make it happen first, and then I can trim the white space. There we go. Place. And then immediately after that, we can clean up the trailing white space. There we go. 50 records there. That's lined up now. Alright. So we now have our lookup table set. So we know how the questions line up to the code, what factor it is. I can actually drop that factor from there, and whether they're positive or not. But we're going to actually tidy that up, because in my answers, I don't actually want the word factor. So I'm going to bring in a formula, and I'm just going to replace factor or space factor with nothing. Just zoom, and there we go. Whoopsie. Replace, and we are looking at question, and we are wanting to replace factor space with nothing. And update question, there we go. Zoom out, run it. And I want to make an adjustment so that if hit a new column, oops, score factor, right, and that score factor is going to be right, which is if positive equals positive, right? So any record where it's positive, we want that to be +1, else -1, enter. Oops. Missed it then. And there we go. Zoom back up. Okay. Ah. A byte is positive numbers only. We need to flip the byte to an integer. There we go. The next bit we want to do is need to convert a record so that each row is one user. Do we have a user ID? I don't think we do. So I think the user column, the user identifier, is just a record ID that's been created. So I'm going to bring in a record ID called user. First column is cool. And then I want to transform this with a transpose. And deselect all. And select user. And then pick out all the first columns. I wonder, can I do shift? No. It's a shame I can't actually shift click these options. I do sort of wonder whether I could just, actually, yeah, I could. That's going to take more. So I probably could have just pivoted it on just the user and then used the join with the code as the factor that stops these, that filters out all my extra columns, rather than having to go, actually, let's do that, select all. So that way, when I get down to any of these E values, they don't matter, they'll get filtered out because they have none. Download screen, all these identifiers will go as well. So we can join them, I want to join to there. And that is going to be name joins to code. And we're going to get rid of name. Let's go run you now. Whoops. Connected it to the wrong side of that. Let's try that again. Alright, so join output. There we go. That works well. There we go. I mean, we could ditch the question now that we've got that information. Why have I not lost the factor? Oh, this is replaced in the question and not in the factor type. It'd be factor type. There we go. Oops. There we go. So now we have our results. So we want to take the value, which is our score, and we are going to summarize this all together. We have to multiply it first. We need to formula. And we are going to create a column called, what's it getting called in the end? We actually don't have a name because it gets cross-tabbed out. So I'm going to create a new column called score. It will be an integer. And it will be value multiplied by score factor. Oh, if I can type, that would be great. Score factor, there we go. All right. Well, I'm surprised this first one. The value is coming through. Why is that coming through as text? Is this a text? No, it's a CSV, that's why. What we can do, rather than having to change it again somewhere else, I'm just going to go to number. There we go. And that can work it out. Okay. Final bit. We can summarize. We can group by the user. We can group by the factor type. We can sum our score. Doesn't matter what we name it again. We want to cross-tab, get our final view. Is going to be grouped by user. Our factor type is our column header, and our score summed. Ooh. Do I even need to do that? That's a good question. I don't think I actually need that summarized there at all. There we go. Yeah, I forgot. You can use the crosstab tool to aggregate those values. You don't need to summarize it first and then bring it across. So our output now becomes agreeableness, conscientiousness, aversion. Why are they all negative? They should 36. Interesting. Minus 31, minus 29. Oh. Job is to give each user a score adjusted. Right. So this is where I start wondering whether I've done it a little wrong. Well, not wrong, but I have an additional calculation. So we want to do preparation, formula. We're going to go agreeableness is equal to 14 plus agreeableness. Conscientiousness, 14 plus conscientiousness. Yeah, I'm not sure my adjustment factor, scale factor is working correctly. Extroversion is 20 plus extroversion. And, oopsie, neuroticism, 38 minus NEU. There we go. And openness, 8 plus openness. Yeah. So what I am thinking it maybe is rather than taking the score, I'm just going to take the value. That score may not actually be needed. Oops. And this time it's because of that. So go back here. Let's go and convert value into an integer. This will probably error. Nope, fine. So I haven't put that in. There we go. Let's see. What have we got? So user 1, extra version 36 compared to my extra version of 50. Each user's final score should be adjusted according to that. Right, I'm going to go to copy right. It's not really telling us a lot. There's those 3 same files. So that really isn't actually telling me a whole lot more. Codebook, let's have a look. That's information about the computer, how long they did it, number of records. Okay, so that doesn't tell us a whole lot. That's what we've got already. Final data. That's the results. That's cool. A directory. Ah. Whoopsie. Yeah. So I think interested in people. Oh no, why is that negative? Interesting. Right. Okay, that's what my issue is. So it is supposed to be the score column. I've done something wrong. And yeah. Score factor. Oh, why has it got a space positive? Shouldn't be space positive. That's what my issue is. There we go. Positive is positive, negative is negative. There we go. That should work better. Now when we look at the output, extra version 36. Extra version, there we go. Alright, so to final tidy up and make it look the same, I'm going to reorder my columns. I'm going to, what's the order? It is going to be extroversion, agreeableness, conscientiousness, neuroticism, and then openness. Extroversion, agreeable, conscient, there we go. I don't know why they've moved extroversion because it's not even in the ocean order, the original value. Why it got resorted at all, I don't know. But, yay, ish. There we go. Now, we can move you across a little bit, in, let's go you, You in. Not too far. We go you in. In. There we go. So we can right click, distribute horizontally. No, I don't like that. That's it. Slightly different to what I'm expecting. There we go. Could do you and then you. There we go. And then you can go across. I probably could have highlighted both of them. That worked. Ooh, that's what I can do. Select you lot. And align vertically. And 1, 2, 3. And by clicking on the bottom one first, it's going to align according to the one I clicked on first. And then slot here, go in, and then distribute evenly. Cool. And we are done. Let's go save. We can print screen. Go. All the fun stuff now. Save. Two, 1, 6. Move over to challenge. 2, 1, 6. Let's go save in that folder where it is. Close. Alright. And we are good. And let's just go and rename that result. Alright. I just closed that one out because I renamed it. So let's go reopen. I just had a thought. Maybe I should do a proper check and make sure it all lines up rather than just eyeballing the first couple of records. Why is there no data available? Have I just clicked? Oh, I just clicked on it all. 36, 29, 22, 50, 35. Yeah, nothing's changing. I'm not going to worry about that. Save, close, and there we go. All right. So that is 216 in the books. I did it again. There we go. You. Okay. Let's have a look. What file is next? Challenge. We can go back to 203. Yeah, let's go 203. All right. Have a look at it, see if I can do that in 5 minutes. Oof. All right. Let me just be right back and give me 2 seconds. Okay, we are back from technical break. So we wanted to look at, whoops, I wasn't supposed to do that, 204. 3, at least. So, we want to go to, I don't know why it's jumped into the middle there, that's really weird. Okay. Did I download that? I feel like I downloaded that. Input file contains toll stops for different vehicles identified by plate. Input contains toll for a segment between the booths. 225 between 1 and 2. Plates are tracked. Calculate total tolls and time spent on the road per plate. Okay. Let's go show on folder. Let's go. Oops. Go 3. Download. Move. Mock traffic data. Gotta love it. Okay, let's have a look then. We're going to have to do a little bit of conversion. Node 1, node 2. So we want to calculate the difference between node 1 to node 2 and then node 2 to node 3, node 3 to node 4. Oh, maybe not. Wait. I'm thinking, yeah, but okay, segments, tolls. 1 to 2, 1 to So there's different segments charges. So going from 1 to 2, that price, going from 1 to 2 is one price, going from 2 to 4 is another. Right. The ID and plate ID is fine. We'd just be aggregating on plate ID at the end. That is a time value. We're going to need to convert the time value and do time maths. Get our total time. Assume that's in minutes. And the bill is easy enough. That's just multiple. The bill is what's going to actually, it's not easy enough. That's the bit that's going to cause challenge. So, okay, let's have a look. We want to create a segmentation. Just trying to think how we can line these up. 3 to 4, 2 to 3, for each individual value. So that to that would be then U to U. That might work. So what I'm thinking is I should be able to do that to that. We transpose this down. Let's start so we can see what I'm thinking along the way. So, whoops, 1 to 2. ID and plate ID. Right, so, yeah, if we filter out those values where it's null, then it's going to skip from 2 to 4, and 2 to 4 will give us price. And we'll just be able to do a simple A divided by B for each plate ID. So, because we don't want to do 2 divided by 1. So that can just be a straight multi-row formula. We can go through, we can filter out is not null for the value column. So our value is not null. That's going to mean that we only have the segments where we have values. Then we want to do we want to convert. Can we do our text? I don't use this very often just because I don't, but no particular reason, to be honest. But we want to do name, convert it into a time, and call it time, just so that I can do run new. Ooh, why have all those come out as errors? Ah, it's the value column, not the name column. Let's see, there we go, and we're good. Right, that's converted our value into time. If I didn't actually want to create that extra column, I'd probably use a multi-field formula, but I don't use it very often, so I figure I might as well. All right, so whoopsie, I'll click the right button in a second, multi-row, and what I want to do, I want to create a new field is time, group by ID and plate ID. They should be sorted already, which it is not. Okay, so I need to, I know it is. Right, plate ID, and it's going to be date time diff of time. Why are there two times? Oh, let's call that minutes rather than time. So I think it's supposed to be coming out as minutes. So it's the previous time divided by time, or at least difference between time and the previous time, in minutes. So there we go. Basically, if it's negative, I've got it the wrong way around. Yeah, it's negative, so I've done it the wrong way around. Should be positive. But it just wants to be time coming first. I can never remember which one comes first. I really should practice it. Okay, there we go. Now, the last bit, I am going to create a second one, which is going to be called sector. Let's go multi-row. And I'm actually going to use a separate formula just for creating the calculation. And let's just zoom in a bit. There we go. Mainly because I want to do, going to be the name column. I want to ping off that last value. Actually, I can just take right one. Yeah, that'll do it. Trying to make it far harder than it needs to be. So what I can do is, I'm going to create a field called sector, which is a string that is 3 characters long, and it is going to be the current name plus comma quote plus go. All right, but rather than name, it is going to be the previous name. All right, so it's previous row's name. Let's zoom out so I can see you again. There we go. Okay, so what we are looking at is we'll look at, for this row, it's going to be previous row, 1, comma, current row. And that there will then align up to our segment tolls of 1, 2. All right, let's have a look, see if that works. Excellent. And whenever, I should actually make that grouped by plate ID and ID. So I don't want that 6, 1. There we go. All right. And now the last bit is, now that we've got our individual times within it, we can get rid of our minutes. And the way I'm going to get rid of our minutes is I'm just going to join it. And I'm going to use the fact that, that's annoying. You come down there. Come down. There we go. I'm going to use the fact that there is no sector, or should be segment, but I will use the non-existent segments to create that filtering. On my left output, you're getting, sector 1s all the way down. That looks good. Yeah, time node 0. Everything else should be real. Right, nothing's coming through. Brilliant. And then within the middle, it all should be lining up. So the last step is, I have my minutes. Just check my metadata. My minutes is a string, is an integer. My total is an integer. And so to get my total, I'm going to have plate. I'm just going to summarize by plate ID. I'm going to sum the minutes and the toll. Total time. Is it time? Yeah, total time. But it wants to come last, mainly so I'm matching up the same. You come last, and total bill dollars. Yep. Ooh, did I just spot? No, that was it. Cool. So we should have, there we go, 129, 165, 129, 165. Why is that coming? Oh, total, not toll. There we go. And there we go. And this time I am actually going to do a final check confirmation. It used to have the option to drag it in straight from the tool palette. They removed it. No one else used it. Really wish they brought it back. So I'm just going to, this will get deleted momentarily afterwards, but I should end up with plate, total, time, plate, there we go. Everything comes out the center. Boom. We have a winner. All right. Go delete them. Let's go browse. Save. Print screen. Just change that. Make it a bit bigger. There we go. There we go. And we can save that to 203. In folder for 203. File. And on that, I am going to call the 2 done. Thanks anyone who decides to watch this. It's appreciated for it. Give us any comments in the description or down below. I assume there's comments. I haven't actually done it properly, really. But yeah, give us a comment. Say how you found it. If there's anything you want me to improve and do and change here, I'd love to hear from you. And I should actually be looking at the screen here rather than looking over the side. Yeah, so there's anything you want me to change, anything you want me to update, please let me know in the comments. And if there's any way you would do it rather than the way I've done it, please let me know. We can both learn and grow. Thanks, and until next time, cheers.